is Wednesdays. We get into a little bit, and we've got our NFL power rankings to talk about with some World Series, and then of course my college football playoff bracket. Eric Jones has announced that he is going to be in the 43 car, Hunter.
Okay.
So Jones has moved to the 43. Look, that Jordan then bought the team that was the 13 car, but Hunter,
Okay.
due to some sleuth work in the patent companies, they have found out that it's going to be something like, it's going to be called 2311 XJ Racing or something like that. But anyway, whatever the name is, it's going to be a weird name.
Right.
But the number, apparently it looks like he is going to be able to buy and switch to 23.
That's cool, man.
It is.
That's
It is.
really cool
It
for
is.
Jordan. That's really cool.
I was wondering if he was going to be able to buy 45. I was just trying to remember. I can't remember 23 being actually on the track, but 45 has been on the track quite a bit. And I didn't know if he was going to end up in the 45
You want to buy
car.
it? Imagine that.
But it's looking
Imagine
like
that. Title sponsor
he will
is
be-
Jordan.
he'll
If
get
the title
23.
sponsor was Jordan and the Jordan car is riding around, it's 23. That's just going to look sweet.
Right.
That's just going to look cool. And what if, now bear with me, what if every week, well, they probably couldn't do every week because it would get expensive changing up like the paint scheme and whatnot. But
They do it anyway.
well, true. But
Because
every,
they don't paint no more. It's the wraps.
It's
They
wraps.
just
That's
print that
right.
junk-
That's
that
right.
stuff off.
I know a guy that does wraps on vehicles. I don't know if he
Yeah.
does anything for NASCAR, but
That's
but
quick.
just think, every week if they paid homage to one of his shoes.
You talking about paint schemes like
Yes,
shoes. That's a good idea.
That is a cool
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Cut that out. We'll sip it. We'll send it to him.
More than
I
likely-
want credit for that, Michael.
More than likely, Hunter, I would say the Jordan brand will probably be a secondary or third sponsor.
Probably money wise.
Because they want to make money. So the way the NASCAR teams make
he would
money,
just be throwing money.
right. He would just be throwing his basketball shoe money, which he can't afford to.
Yeah.
He makes so much more money than everyone else in
I know.
Nike. It's insane. Which he could.
Could you imagine those?
He could write this off honestly with how much
technically.
money he makes.
Yeah.
In sneaker
Could you
money.
think though, like, do they make? I'm trying to think if Denny wears them. Do they make like a special Jordan racing shoe?
I don't know about shoe. He's got his logos on his stuff.
That's what I mean.
so-
Like he's got his logos obviously on his fire suit and
I
whatnot.
doubt
But
that.
it's only because I was wondering. You know, I had a pair of Jordan baseball cleats growing up.
Now-
That was because Derek Jeter had them.
Now,
I
Hunter-
didn't know if he would maybe think about dripping his driver out in Bubba in nothing but Air Jordan.
So now that you asked that, the answer is yes. They actually have a pair of Denny Hamlin. It says Jordan Motorsports. Golly, I'm gonna get deep in a rabbit hole.
This is
here
a
in
rabbit
second.
hole, and I am excited to see where this goes. Jordan Motorsports.
Well, look at him there, Hunter. Let's pull him up. Where's my internet? There we go.
Look at him.
There's the goat. Now this is from 2017. So
I know that ain't him on that motorcycle.
that's just Jordan Suzuki, 23.
Look at him
the
being an
logo on it.
entrepreneur, getting in all sorts of. Or no, what is that? No, not an entrepreneur. What is it? A philanthropist? Is that the one that like-
Entrepreneur, a philanthropist is giving away money for good deeds.
Okay, never
entrepreneur is a businessman.
okay, so he's being an entrepreneur, just
Yeah.
buying stakes in every racing company, and now he owns a basketball team. Who knows? Maybe he'll try and be part of the ownership if they bring a major league team to
Now
North Carolina.
that's Jordan.
Oh yeah, now that is Jordan. Yes. Now how fast is he going around that turn?
So apparently, this is 2007. So this ain't got nothing to do with it. But this is talking about Jordan needed a racing suit, and he got on it with Nike. So they've actually been through this process at some point before, Hunter.
So he's ready. Essentially,
Yeah.
there'll be no big difference.
there was nothing better pair than a pair of sneakers on a motorcycle. Is what it said. Look at that one,
Oof! Look at that.
Carolina.
Look at that helmet.
Yeah,
That's sick.
yeah.
For those of you that are listening in
Now
podcast
think about
land,
this.
we're sorry that you
Yeah, right.
can't see what we're looking at. But
So think about this, Hunter. You know, going soccer wise, if the Tar Heels ever did their football uniforms like soccer uniforms, that's what it would look like. With
Right.
the Team Jordan logo on the helmet instead of the NC or the Tar Heel.
all right,
You know, if they really want to, they could just, instead of taking, if they do want to get rid of the Tar Heel name, Hunter, Call them the Jordans.
Call them the Flight.
North Carolina Jordans.
Call them Air. North
Speaking
Carolina
of Flight,
Air.
look at that helmet in the Nike.
See, that's what I
original
mean,
Jordan
though, that
ones.
you could do with
the paint
scheme.
Right.
You could just pay homage to one of his, retro shoes, or maybe he's got a new shoe coming off the line this year. I saw one of his Jordan Brand athletes plays for my Wizards. Rui Hachimura is getting ready to have his shoe come out. Imagine if they were getting ready to race this weekend for NASCAR, but the wrap was to promote Rui's shoe.
Okay, so
that would be so sick.
So from 2006,
why do we have great ideas but nobody's really here to take them?
So from 2006 to 2014,
and pay me for it.
Jordan Motorsports did this, and they did. He says they did the bikes and paint schemes to match up the shoes.
That's a great idea.
In those years.
That's a great idea. I would do it, especially coming up for NASCAR. Why not?
It says
it'd probably be the nicest looking car on the track.
The motorsports team stopped in 2014, but its archive of bikes and equipment sits safely in Beaverton.
Okay, so it's out there with Nike and Oregon.
State,
yeah.
So here's you some Jordan racing gear from his motorcycle teams.
So that's really cool, man.
So yeah,
he could have fun with it,
Right, absolutely. Yeah, almost. You're right to a point, Hunter. You could almost do like a ton of different paint schemes by the Jordan, and I bet they will. Especially when because if he's the secondary sponsor on it, they get like six weeks.
Oh, absolutely.
Of being the main sponsor.
Well, even then, like, you mean Nike wouldn't want to? If Nike was a main sponsor, you mean to tell me they wouldn't want to do some crazy paint schemes?
Let me type in Denny Hamlin real quick and see his Team Jordan. So let's see. So Eric Jones is going to the 43. Huh?
Nothing.
Of course, Bubba Wallace is in the 23. I was looking to see on some of his stuff. Like Hunter, this is really about all I've ever seen. Is on that's
me.
Is this right here? Like on his shoulder patch?
Yeah.
Shoulder patch. It's just got the Jordan
it's just
logo.
The Jordan.
Well, I don't know if the actual suits are logoed up like that, or exactly what all is. But anyway, excited to see it. Again, I don't know how the team will do. One car teams, maybe future 2-car team, but
well, if he had the money to go ahead and get 2 cars, I know a guy that just got reinstated.
Yeah. That's the other news this week. Kyle Larson reinstated. Hunter, to me, I think isn't he going to? They didn't announce who's going to the 88 yet, right? I think that's.
I don't think
there's
been an announcement yet about Kyle Larson going in any car.
So
the fact that he's back.
Right. So I think the big rumor in NASCAR is that Larson will be going to the 88. We'll see. He's announced that he's been reinstated. NASCAR said he's been reinstated now, but he can't start until the 2021 season so he can secure sponsorship deals. So that's the deal with Larson. Everybody thinks it's 88. We hadn't heard anything from him. And with Eric Jones going to the 43, because a lot of people thought he was going to 88.
Do you think Kyle Larson will have trouble getting sponsors?
No.
You don't?
No. All you need is one. It's kind of one of those things where, kind of like, say, Antonio Brown or maybe some folks might not want on our teams. All you need is one.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorship stuff, they'll have to work around or deal with whatever they did. I haven't seen any rumors or heard anything on that though. Let me look through some of this 43 stuff. Eric Jones joined Richard Petty Motorsports, of course. Let's see. It says multi-year deal, but it doesn't say exact. Jones is a fairly decent driver. This is probably one of the best drivers they've had in the 43, maybe just when they first signed up. Bobby Labonte obviously was good. And I saw the tweet earlier. Bobby Labonte, Bubba Wallace, Richard, of course, and then there was another one that ran in the 43 for quite a number of years. Labonte won a championship, but not with the 43 team. So they don't really say too much, anything interesting I haven't seen or heard on that. So that's the NASCAR news this weekend. Going to Texas, should be a big week. Next weekend is Halloween weekend, but they're already starting off some paint schemes, Hunter. Let's go through them real quick, and then we'll get into our power rankings in the NFL. Discount Tire, nothing new.
I'm just glad that they're gonna do Halloween style paint schemes.
Hunt Brothers.
I love it when they do. I like it when
there's a dark Hooters car.
We gotta love it.
With pink letters.
Gotta love it. I like when, not just like NFL, but like maybe like just video games, NFL, NASCAR, MLB, any kind of entertainment. I like when they kind of start doing designs and kind of getting in the spirit of the holiday that's coming up. So like when you see, think about it. That looks really cool. I don't know if that's meant for Halloween, but that is a really cool paint scheme. There are collectors out there that love die-cast.
Right.
And you find, and this is your opportunity for them to basically go out, that once in a lifetime opportunity, get this Halloween special Jimmy Johnson car.
Right.
And Jimmy's last year. One of those things. I think that I like when businesses get behind that because it is a good marketing scheme. So
the 14 there, Chase Briscoe. The Xfinity Series will be moving up into the 14 with Clint Bowyer retiring. Yep. So we're losing Bowyer and Johnson this year, and then we're getting Briscoe and then basically Kyle Larson back.
That's actually one of the headlines here. Briscoe lands the childhood hero Stewart's number 14 car.
Yeah, that was a nice little touching story there about that is his hero. That was his favorite driver and everything growing up. Blah blah blah. And it is a touching story. You say whatever you want about Tony Stewart. He's a good driver.
Yes.
But there's things that he may not should be in the position he's in right now.
Right.
According to some people. There's the 48 car this weekend.
I do like that.
Do you know the story about this?
No. Is this for breast cancer?
No. There was that's their colors anyway. But
yeah.
I'm gonna get the story wrong, but some kid was bullied online, LGBTQ kid, and he designs cars. That was his dream, design stuff.
Oh, okay.
Basically, Jimmy found out or something about it, or he's his favorite. I don't know the exact story, but this is his design. Is that he actually designed? Jimmy
That's
let
nice.
him design the car.
That's nice. I like that. I like that story. I like that. That's cool. He designs cars.
I think they should, with the way design tools are nowadays and the way they do the wraps like they can every week, they ought to have more opportunities for fans to help design the cars.
What is something that I've always tried to bring up every time I talk about NASCAR in some capacity? It's how to get more fan interaction involved in the sport. Because what a lot of, even when we had Jesse on here and we were first talking about it, and he admitted, he said, you're in a privileged opportunity to even be able to try and drive cars to work your way up to NASCAR. He said it's an expensive sport. Not every kid just has the opportunity to go out here with mom and pop and get themselves in like a go-kart league or whatnot and race and try and work their way up. So for you to make it a little bit...
Even the smallest of leagues, like go-kart league, is still expensive.
Right.
Get out.
Right.
It's extremely expensive. You have to put basically, your parents, they work their jobs and then...
you put all that into the
every
go-kart.
bit of money is going into a go-kart, and then if you're not winning and not doing anything, you're burning a ton of cash. But I did. One of my best friends raced go-karts growing up, and his son is, I know I'm gonna mess up, 3 or 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just mentioned the other day we was playing golf, and I said, is your boy gonna race? And he said, yeah, I hope so I can too. It didn't have anything to do with him wanting to be a good dad and helping his son. He's like, yeah, I hope he can, because I can too.
But like I was saying, you have to try and make it personable somehow to fans and get them involved, because they don't always just get to go out and drive really fast like they would want to in their favorite NASCAR driver. So if you were able to do more things NASCAR wise to get the fans involved, I threw around having a Friday night for their weekend thing with Xfinity and NASCAR, having like a Friday night race your dude in race your against race car drivers in iRacing, something like that. But even this, what is it? We're gonna fans send in this week your design for the car. We're gonna pick maybe 3 lucky winners and put them on such and such cars.
I think a good one would be like they should have go-karts of each car at the track, and fans could enter to either race in them and have a fan race.
Right.
Before
Are you
races.
talking about on the track or on a little go-kart track?
No.
In the infield.
Around the little... so when you look at a track, like, say, Charlotte, for example, they've got actual... when you go there, they've got all these little side roads and stuff around, and you don't pay attention. It's like, that don't look like the real track.
All right.
But those are actually for, like, Legends cars and old cars and stuff. So they actually have the tracks built in there. So... And there's actually a go-kart track right behind the stadium, like if you really wanted to do it there. But I'm talking about like every track where you go. And so I've got tickets to the track. So, Hunter, let's say I register Austin for the Sunday race.
Yeah.
And then before the race is going, while they're doing all their bull crap and stuff, some of the fans, during pit time, they have a kids race.
That'd be nice.
With on the little go-karts. And you just registered.
Listen, NASCAR.
Randomly pick
NASCAR.
I'm sure you could make money.
Our phones are wide open. All right? Just... Ring, all right? We got ideas.
Yeah.
We'll sell them to you for a small loan of $1 million.
Now, we are full of ideas. Now, whether they are great, good...
Well, I'll tell you right now, these NASCAR ideas, I don't think we've had a bad one. Because if anything...
We've hit that part.
What has been always like the knock? They've said NASCAR's needed to find a way to find it and bring in new fans. Well, we're just thinking of opportunities. Absolutely. Whether or not you do exactly what we say... But we're open to tweaks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think from a kid's standpoint. Like when I bring my kid to the race. So before the race in Charlotte, they have. So Monster Energy being they're not the thing anymore. So while they were the main sponsor, they had basically a trick pit. So before the races and stuff, they had motorcycles and people out there doing all kinds of stuff. And I thought that was pretty neat.
Monsters in a lot of things other than just NASCAR.
Yeah. But again, I was just like, what can you do to get the kids involved while they're at the track? And I was like, there's nothing for them to ride that I'm sitting in the 11 car. Whether it's a train, bumper cars,
or whatever.
They can have think about it, they can have all kinds of stuff out there. Bumper cars, regular go-karts, whatever.
Well, the grounds at Concord is huge.
Yeah.
Just the grounds alone, because not only that, it's the racetrack alone, and then it stretches the Z-Max to the drag strip, so they could put a lot of things in between there.
So there's an iRacing car from Jordan. Let's see what you think about this one.
Oof, I can see it out of the corner. That looks really nice. Look at that.
It was a Jordan brand iRacing car design.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I like that. I do. It's just one of those things where they can do it. They can have a lot of fun fan-wise with these vehicles, and especially with wraps. Especially because it is wrapped, and they're not just
do whatever you print, whatever you want.
Yeah, just print whatever you want. You could have a 5-year-old draw squiggly lines, and that's your design. Congratulations.
Put your face on. All right, well,
put your face here.
Like in Ricky Bobby, they put the cougar on.
Yeah, they did put the cougar.
Him holding that cougar.
What somebody needs to do is they need to send in if NASCAR ever did get behind that. All right, submit something and we'll choose it and see if it wins. I just want everybody to get in a big group call or big group message that was going to send something in and say, I don't care what you put design wise, but you need to put, if you're not first, you're last on there, and have that on one of these cars going around the track.
I say that should be on the bumper of every car.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yes, every car should say that.
Yeah.
I'm
fine with it.
You like that decree?
I like that decree.
We come up with some good rules.
It's like paying a little homage.
We've had some baseball rules we come up with. We've had a few basketball and football, and I like the penalty box ideas. Let's move over into into the NFL. And we'll
Bum,
talk.
bum, bum, bum.
And we'll talk Kevin's Super Bowl power
Bum,
poll.
bum, 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 bum. Wait, I'm not getting kicked off because I'm mouthing that, am I?
Maybe.
Damn.
Who knows?
You never know. Anyways, NFL friggin' football.